Alright guys, welcome to XXX Elder Scrolls XXX and welcome to a new video series. It's going to be a discussion. It may be weekly, it may be fortnightly or even monthly, but it's going to be a discussion sort of series. We're going to be covering various topics right until the release of the Elder Scrolls Online, and then obviously we'll be moving on. But for now, it's going to be rumours, opinions, and basically things that we know, things that we don't actually know yet about the Elder Scrolls Online. I'm just going to talk about them, and yeah, you can leave your opinions in the comment section or wherever you want to, and then maybe in the future we'll get some of you guys onto the videos, and you can give your opinions on the actual video itself. But today it's just me, and I want to say hello and welcome to discussion. So the first topic we're going to be going over is how are we going to play the Elder Scrolls Online? Is it going to be pay to play? Is it going to be free to play? Now they are the two most common, like that's how you play games in like the MMORPG industry. You have a P2P, which is pay to play, or F2P, which is free to play. Now I'm going to give a brief overview of them two methods, then I'm going to go through some points about them both and if it would be right for the Elder Scrolls Online. Then I've got some final things before I give my opinion on the whole matter. So, first of all is the overview of pay to play. Alright, so as you see on the screen at the bottom, I put a little basic description of what pay to play is. So pay to play is basically in the game you pay money to access content. You pay money to access the game. So whereas maybe you'd have like a free game, a pay to play game requires you to pay either a subscription or you pay for the actual game. Say it's in a store and it's on a disc, or if you do via Steam on your laptop or your computer or your Mac, whatever you want to use, you pay for the game and then you would have it basically. So like I said, that could be a subscription, a monthly, weekly, yearly even, or like a one-off payment where you pay for the game disc or the game, and then that's it forever. You have one-time payment, then you have the game. So I would say the most common one I can think of right off my head, top of my head right now is probably World of Warcraft. You can pay for the like if it's in stores, you pay for the game disc or the pack or whatever, then you need a subscription if you want to play the game past level 20, I think it is. So that's basically what pay to play is. It's just you paying money to access the game or content. Next up, I'll give a brief overview of free to play. Alright, so again, free to play at the bottom of the screen there. Free to play, no, it's basically in the name again, it's free to play. You have a game and it's free forever. It may not have as much say. For example, if there's a game you have like membership or free to play may not have as much benefits as membership, but it's still free to play. And then down the bottom I've got FTP dash free to play, no money involved. Just use a pound sign there, just to mix it up a bit, give it some instead of just having words all the time, put a pound sign in there. So yeah, that's basically what free to play is, which again, you obviously know this by now, but you know, again, free to play and pay to play, just so you have an overview of what it is, just so you can make sure you know what we're talking about properly. So yeah, that's basically what free to play and pay to play are. So what we're going to do now is go through some points I've made, talking about what sort of pay methods or how it would work with the Elder Scrolls Online, and maybe what it would be. So first up, I've got, would they have microtransactions? So microtransactions are in-game pieces of content that you would pay real money for to access. So for example, if the game is free to play, and they would have to make some money somehow to upgrade the servers or keep them running, so they would have items in the game that you would buy for real coins or real money, real pounds, dollars, euros, etc. So, for example, if you were in Elder Scrolls, just like running along, yes, 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 and then you saw like a sword or something, or like a weapon or a staff or an area or something that you had to get to or use to carry on with the game or just to get your just to get something new. Being a free to play, they could add microtransactions in, which means you would have to pay money to buy the in-game item. So if you saw that sword, let's just say a long sword, for example, just coming to me off the top of my head there, you saw that long sword, and you went to buy it. A screen pops up saying this item will cost you 50 pence or $1, and you click OK, buy. You put your details in your credit card, your bank account, whatever, and you would press confirm. Then your money would get taken out from your account, but then your character would get the sword. So that's basically what microtransactions are. Now, in the Elder Scrolls Online, I can't really see them doing this because, microtransactions, it's really seen as a poor way of getting money in the industry. I don't think it's seen as the best way to do games. It's in some cases it seemed to spoil the game. And with like the Elder Scrolls and Bethesda being such a highly respected and produce high quality game, such like Skyrim and like Oblivion and all that, I can't see them using microtransitions just because it's seen as it's not seen as it's seen as like a small or like a little way to go. They could have so much, like they could have better ways. Yes, it's not too bad in some cases, but I don't think it would be suitable for the Elder Scrolls Online. I don't think they would do it. I don't, you don't like need to have it in really. I mean, yes, you could have it just like on the side there, but it's not, it doesn't have to be like a major part of the game. I don't think it's something that, you know, they would be like beneficial to them or beneficial to the player. It's seen as like a sneezy way to make money from like buying off people's interests for getting off the game. So I don't think they would do that. I don't think Bethesda and all them and ZeniMax Online Studios would go to that level, and I don't think it would be in simply because it's not regarded as a nice way to do business in the industry in like the MMO games. Uh, Many games do have it, but most games don't have it. So I'm not sure if the Elder Scrolls Online will go down that route. I hope they don't have microtransitions in, but if they do, they do. But if the Elder Scrolls Online, in my opinion, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have it. Like I said, simply because it's not seen as the best way to do like, to get money off players to like host the game. So yeah, that's basically the first point done. So microtransactions, microtransactions, will they have them in? I hope not. But if they do, it's not really going to harm anyone. I mean, it's your choice to buy stuff. If you want to buy it, it's your choice. It's not going to be there to make you. So yeah, microtransitions, my opinion. I hope they're not in there. But if they are, there's no danger really. There's no danger. Then an extension to that is if the game was free to play, uh, would you have to buy items in game? Similar to microtransitions, but like microtransitions can be anything, whereas buying items, would be purely items. Um, for example, like if you had like a longsword, you want to like upgrade that, and you had to buy a special sort of kit for real money, then that's not too bad, I suppose. Yeah, it is very similar to microtransactions, so can't see it being free to play and having to buy stuff all the time, like buy items and everything. Um, but then again, if the game is free to play and that's how they're going to do it, then fine. I won't be buying stuff in game, but then again, if it's in there, it's in there. It's not going to be in something that's amazingly bad. But yeah, that's basically. I don't think they would have buying items in game if the game was free to play. So that's basically the microtransitions area covered and over. The next part is subscriptions. So if the game was pay to play, would there be some sort of subscription like World of Warcraft? Would there be a subscription for weekly, monthly, yearly? If there was, it would be like WoW in the sense of, you would have to pay to access the content, pay monthly to play the game. And in like relation to that, if you watched the introduction to the Elder Scrolls Online video that you posted, I've got it on my channel, or you can see it on the Bethesda Softworks channel as well. They had something called like a mega server where every single player is on the same server at the same time. Now, most games don't have that because purely it costs quite a bit of money. So, to run a game off one server, it's probably going to cost them quite a bit of money. So, I can probably see them doing some sort of subscription service where you would pay like, I don't know, like $10 or £5 or £10 and $15 a month. You know, just so you have that content, just so they can release this brilliant game, and because like, obviously it does cost money to make a game, to upkeep the game, servers, updates, new content, patches. It's all going to cost them a bit of money. And yeah, truthfully, I think it's definitely going to be some sort of subscription service because that's the only way, I suppose, without using in-game items and microtransactions. That's the only way I can see them going to be able to get enough money to fund the game and the server and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's basically, like, are they going to have some sort of subscription service? I would have thought so. Like everyone wants something for free. It's nice to have like a game for free, but being the Elder Scrolls, being how big it is, I cannot see them doing it for free, or at least like free for like a long time, or at least I can't see them doing it for free for the whole content. Yes, there may be like a free to play section where you get to unlock a certain area of Tamriel and a certain weapons and that. But I think past that, if they have like a free to play service, they'll definitely have like a pay to play subscription, like a membership, like RuneScape for example, to unlock the whole game. But yeah, definitely my opinion, because this game's going to be so big and so massive, I'm pretty sure they'll have a subscription service. Hopefully it isn't too much, but yeah, I definitely do think that they will be having a subscription service. Hopefully it'll be free. It's nice to have something for free, but definitely, I think if they're going to have a sort of money structure, I think there'll definitely be a subscription service. Okay, so the next point kind of relates to that. It's slightly different, but it's quite similar as well. And that would, if it was free to play, would there be a membership fee? Like I've said, if, example, if the game was free to play, like the actual game was free to play, but you could pay like £10 a month or something to have like additional content, like a membership status, where you unlock the whole game. For example, free to play players have access to 10% of the game, whereas members have access to 100% of the game. But they do that. That might be a better way than having a subscription, because subscription demands payment. But at least if it was free to play, then at least you could play for a little bit. And you could upgrade your character until like you got maxed out for the free to play, and then you could either just enjoy the game with the free to play stuff and then never ever get membership, or you could simply upgrade and then give something back to the company by getting a membership and then unlocking all this good content. So that's what most games do. They have like a free to play service, but then you have like a membership service where the players get access to the entire game. Will they do that? Probably not. If it's such a big game like this, hope they do. But my eyes is on a membership, like subscription fee per month, per weekly, per yearly, whatever. Every 3 months, something like that. And again, hopefully it'll be free. But like I said, the Elder Scrolls is such a big game, it's probably not going to be free. And then like the next point I want to go over to, if you, for example, like World of Warcraft, if it's coming via disc to a store or via Steam or whatever you want to buy it. But for me, I'll be getting on disc if it comes out on disc. So let's just go for that way. If you go into, I live in the UK, so I go into a game store, and I buy it. Say it costs me £40 for the actual game disc, so I can install it on my computer, so I have the game. Would I want then to have to pay a subscription to play the game. So say it's on a Monday, and it's Monday, and I go into Game Store and I buy the game for £40. I then install it, but then to access the server, I have to pay another £15 just to access the server, and then £15 a month after that. That's going to be £55 for a game that would have cost 40 quid, because you have to pay to get on the server straight away. So it's basically like, oh, like you bought the game, yeah, you've got the disc, you can't do anything with it. So unless they tell you that it's going to be, on the box it says game disc included, maybe like a key code or whatever. But then also subscription required to play, £15 a month or whatever. If you didn't have that, then you just basically wasted £40, because if you wanted free to play, or you didn't want to pay, to access the service and access the actual online game, then you just wasted £40, and maybe you didn't want to have to pay it. Yeah, it's basically a bit of a shame, because it's going to cost you a hell of a lot of money to buy it on the first time you buy it. Yes, after that it's going to be 15 quid a month, or 15 quid like 3 months or whatever. But it's still, you're still having to pay for the game disc, which basically all you're doing is paying for a disc, or like a Steam, download. That's all you're paying for is the actual game itself. But you can't use it unless you pay a subscription fee. That's probably going to be the worst part of it. Like I say, I do think obviously you'll have to buy the game, and then if you do go down like the road of the subscriptions, you have to pay a fee as well for a subscription. It's gonna be quite annoying. But if you don't have to buy the game disc beforehand, so say oh yeah, if you take this and you go into a store, you go into the game, say, oh, I'll have a copy of Elder Scrolls Online. Yeah, that's it. Oh, that's £15, and then you have a key code that activates it, and you pay £15 for that's your first month free. So you haven't paid for the game and then your subscription. The game in the store actually acts as the first payment of your subscription, which is pretty cool. Or they could do it the other way. If the game costs say 40 quid, let's just round it down here. And the subscription is 15 quid. That's it's slightly over 2 months payment. But let's just round it down to say 30 quid. They should do it like that. So that's 2 months payment in advance. Can't see them doing that at all. That's not really something that game designers do when publishing all that sort of stuff. But that is pretty, I think, pretty strange way to go about it. But then again, it could work. It could work, which is pretty awesome. So we'll just have to see. And then another point, DLC. Most online games, I guess. I'm going to go back to RuneScape. RuneScape, by Jagex, I think, they release updates in their game, through the actual game itself. So you haven't got to go and buy add-on packs or whatever in the stores and then install them. It's just onto the game. Would the Elder Scrolls Online have DLC that's put straight into the game through online, or WoW, would you have to go and buy add-on packs and install them so you have the additional content? Hope not. That can be quite annoying actually. And obviously it costs. Will this DLC cost? Will you have to pay to access new content and new areas and new weapons? Say for example, say if there's if the Elder Scrolls Online is released say, just give me an example here, June next year, and they have an update or a game add-on for Christmas, the Elder Scrolls Christmas time. Would you have to pay for that, or would you get the DLC or the pack or add-on or update free because you're already paying for the game? And then again, would that be a membership thing? If it's free to play, would players have to buy their content, or would members get it for free? It all depends on what they do. It all reverts back to pay to play or free to play. You can't really do anything until you decide if it's going to be pay to play or free to play, basically. And yeah, that's basically all I wanted to say. Finally, my opinion. My opinion is going to be short and simple. My opinion is going to be pay to play. You're going to have to pay for the disc, and then you're going to have to pay for a subscription. Hopefully, DLC and updates will be free. I haven't really got onto that yet myself. But I haven't really had time to think about that myself. But hopefully, DLC and updates will be free. basically, like, I don't mean like DLCs and downloadable content. I'm just saying that because that's what it's usually called. But I mean like patches and add-ons and updates and all that sort of stuff, new content. So yeah, that's basically all I wanted to say. Just like a discussion. If it's going to be pay to play or free to play, and yeah, hopefully it's going to be free to play, but like it's going to be pay to play, unfortunately. So yeah, that's basically it. That's all I wanted to say. Just a quick discussion video. I'm going to be doing more of these videos when new topics like arise, when big topics arrive. So yeah, I'll see you next time for a video. If you haven't checked out my Skyrim live streams yet, go and do that. It's on my twitch.tv channel, and there will be one or two Skyrim live streams on my twitch.tv channel every Tuesday up until the Elder Scrolls Online is released. So go and follow me on twitch.tv so you can see them awesome Skyrim live streams. And yeah, see you for a new video soon. Bye.